What's going on, Schrute Stock Squad? Today is Friday, March 12th, 2021. Guys, look at this portfolio. Looking green again. Couple days in the green. Hey, I'm not going to complain about this, all right? I was expecting some sort of pullback one of these days, but remember what I said last week? Hey, I'm praying I'm wrong. So that's what it's at. Guys, remember what I said yesterday about how this recovery is going to look like? We had a huge tank down. We're going to stabilize and then slowly build up. It's not a V shape. It's not a U shape. It's like if you imagine that second hand of the U, it's going to be like a slower slope on that end. So that's what we're looking at. And I just want to run through the portfolio. I haven't made any changes, no plays, and no differences. And for anyone new who's watching this video, guys, look, we're on a journey to $1 million. I show every single play, every single stock I'm in, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. I'm one of the most transparent YouTubers out there, unlike like to claim that they're the most transparent, but then they crop half their screen. I actually show you real time. I show you my losses. I show you my gains, everything in between. Check back last few weeks when that whole correction was happening, and you can see what I was doing that whole time too. This community is one of the most supportive groups of people I've ever seen on YouTube, or honestly anywhere else. Check back when that market was red last week. Look at the comment section, guys. Look at the comment section and how everybody was responding to each other. This is truly a family, and we've been growing this thing really well. I show all the gains. I show everything I've been up to here. You know, you can see everything transparently. So if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and joining in on this family. For anyone who's been watching this channel, guys, I have that Patreon link at the bottom. I only made it $1 a month if you want to join in on the Discord. We've been growing that like crazy. There's a lot of commentary going on there. There's a lot of people giving suggestions and different picks and DD. We have different memes going on. It's one of the best Discords out there. So for only $1 a month, guys, I made it much cheaper than for 99% of these YouTubers are doing. And if you can't afford the $1 a month, I understand that. There's no pressure, guys. If you just stay subscribed to this channel, having those notifications hit, I'm still going to show you guys the real-time plays. That's about everything, okay? So with all that said, guys, let me get into this. So all of our long-term plays, you know, they're doing well. Really what has been driving up this portfolio is this Zomedica, guys. Zomedica is having its run up right now. Remember what I've been telling you throughout that whole entire last week. Guys, this is one other comment I want to kind of make as well, something I want to make a note of. So this whole last week, right, remember we had that recession, I don't want to say recession, but market correction and all that. Guys, look at how much this thing pulled back. It only went from $270 to what, $1.80? Guys, you look at some of these other plays that we've been talking. Look at Tesla. Look at Apple. Guys, Zomedica, even we were expecting a pullback to begin with, no matter what, because it just had that huge run up. Even with a pullback plus the market correction, this thing stayed pretty resilient, guys. I'm not sure about you, but this kind of gives me some pretty good faith in Zomedica as of now, as far as their resiliency goes. So that's not to say, you know, after their true forma release on the March 30th date that it's not going to tank. It just tells me that leading up to it, this thing can have some very good support levels, very good backing. So I kind of appreciate Zomedica in that regard for this thing. So with all that said, I'm definitely going to be keeping Zomedica up until that week at least. I'll see how it goes. Maybe during that week, what I think I might do once it starts to run up a little bit more, I might just put on the trailing stop loss and then gauge it from that, you know. But you know me, I'm going to keep you guys updated with everything that goes on that week. So just stay subscribed here and stay notified with that bell hit. I'll let you guys know. So you want to see my biggest loss of all time, guys? IPOE, guys. I don't know what I was thinking that day. I just put in $1. And for the life of me, I still refuse to sell this thing. So you know what? We're going to keep this $1 play here. We're going to see how this thing does in the long run, okay? We have $1 sitting in IPOE. All right. So VST, guys, VST has been doing its thing for me. Look, I know it doesn't look good when I pull it up and there's a free fall downward, but I mean overall, guys, look at this thing. What we needed it to do which was to maintain and kind of build it up slowly. It's been able to do, and really again, thank you to D-Wood for putting that on my radar last week. So I haven't done anything differently. So remember Ayro, Clover, all those I'm going to be getting in on. And I'm going to do that right now, real time in front of you. So we're going to sell this thing. How much do we have? 13. I'm trying to think how I want to play this thing. Let's see. I know yesterday I said I was going to do 1,000 in each and play it like that. I think I might do a little bit differently. I think instead of 1,000, I think I want to do 9,000 and do 1,500 in each. Yeah. So, okay, 9,000 is done. And then we're going to do the same thing here, guys. I'm going to talk about Ayro. Somebody was asking why this thing started to run up yesterday. So, guys, basically, I don't know if you've been following it, but what happened with Ayro is this, guys. They got a contract recently with the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, for some of their EVs. They had a contract given to them for their EV ARC, ARC, that's the name of it. And their main product is completely... is off the grid, like solar energy station for EVs. So this is 100% renewable energy. They're also working on contracts with, Ayro is working on contracts with the government to purchase other EV products. And as a lot of you guys know, with Biden, especially in office, one of his big things is like this green economy and things like that. So Ayro is going to make a big name in terms of, when I say EVs, I'm not talking like the ones that are on the road necessarily. Like, we're not talking that. We're talking like when you go to like a university, you know, your college university, and let's say they have a sporting event, what's going to be there? You're talking about military bases, who's going to be transporting things from one area to the next, guys. Those EV plays, Ayro has some pretty big pockets going on within that realm. So they have a good standing with the government on that. That's why I think right now we just saw that one run up for just Department of Agriculture. That's nothing that big. I don't want to say it's nothing that big, but it's nothing compared to what it could be in the future. You follow what I'm saying? So what we're thinking of is like, you know, we have to think a little bit future, you know, with COVID vaccines rolling out. Because I'll be honest, even in my area, a lot of people, they still haven't been able to get the COVID vaccine. And majority of America still hasn't been vaccinated. So what that kind of tells you is that it's still an industry which has a lot of room to grow. And COVID is just one of those small things. You know, we're not considering, forget COVID, you know, let's just say there's the sporting events, there's music events, all of these different things that are out there. This is where Ayro can really make its name heard in that regard, you know, guys. So to me, this is just the beginning of Ayro running up. Again, it may have a pullback. This is no guarantee, guys. Look at where we were sitting at before. You know, it was sitting before around $11. I still think by the end of the year, guys, this thing has the potential to hit in the upper teens to 20s region. If everything goes, you know, smoothly and stuff like that, Ayro definitely has a lot of room to grow in that respect. With my video yesterday on Roblox, guys, I want to keep you up to date. So I'm kind of changing my strategy when it comes to how I'm going to invest in Roblox. Somebody was mentioning in the Discord yesterday about this as well. So instead of me so yesterday I was saying I'm going to invest a little bit daily and go about it that way. And that was something I could do. But instead, what I'm thinking of doing about this is, right now I feel like Roblox is like, it's much higher than it should be, in my opinion. But then again, that's what everybody said about Airbnb back when that IPO'd as well. You know, if you take a look, Airbnb, let's pull it up. Airbnb, yeah. So look, like every person was expecting this thing to come out in, like, I remember it was like the 70s or even less than that, and this thing came out of the gate, you know, in the 140s, 130s. And look, it's never hit back ever since, you know, even with this market correction, it still didn't go back there. So likelihood, chances are probably not. It's going to go back in those numbers. So the way I want to play Roblox is this. Instead of doing it every day, I'm going to pick every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to put some money in. Maybe 500, 500, 500, 500. I might do that for the next few weeks, you know, and then just get my position established, and then, you know, just let it ride out from there. Because Roblox, in my opinion, this is a longer term hold. This is not something I'm going to be, you know, swing trading or anything like that. So I think I might just do next week, you know, 500, 500, and then 500, 500 the week after. So for the next 2 weeks, I might just play it that way. That's everything I got on that. How much? Let me see how much I have left in VST. We have how much sitting? At 4,000. That's perfect. And I might just invest the rest of that into this Roblox. So everything else, you know, I'm done investing in these things. So we have nine grand sitting there. THBR, we have 8. Yeah, all of these things, guys. I'm kind of happy with how I have it positioned. So Synsonic, not Synsonic. Sorry, this isn't the one. THBR, guys. This stock. I want to remind everyone. that they did say that they were going to be merging with Indie Semiconductors, that company, and the day of that merger, that day is going to, they said it was going to be end of quarter 1. So quarter 1 ends at this month, at the end of this month. So we can expect a run up, in my opinion, on THBR around that same time. So just wanted to throw that on your radar. To me, this is kind of a good play in that regard. And heck, even if you want to keep this thing long term, guys, like I told you, the semiconductor shortages is one of the biggest news articles that was out in the last week or two, especially with regards to Tesla, NIO, those sort of things. That's why they were pulling back so much. It's beyond just the correction. So any stock in the conductor space, semiconductor space, in my opinion, is going to be pretty good. Obviously, you know, they can't be like a no-name company with, you know, shady practices. But, you know, something like that, NVIDIA, those could be some good plays as well. One other thing. So yeah, that's what I was going to tell you guys. So Zomedica, what I'm planning to do is this. This is my big, you know, I have a lot of money sitting here, almost 40% of my portfolio in Zomedica. So what I'm planning to do is this. With Zomedica, I'm going to let this thing run up. You know, I'm going to let Zomedica have its run up to the end of the March week. And then I'm going to cash out of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then put that money into a different play and kind of just rinse and repeat. So you kind of see what I'm doing, guys. I want to kind of get you an idea of how the portfolio should be based. You got your long-term plays, which to me are, you know, right here, you know, NEO, MP, Skills, SDPK. Also, Roblox is going to be part of that one too. Roblox is going to be in that. In fact, I might just move it up for you guys. So... yeah, Roblox is going to be sitting here as well. Roblox is going to be one of those longer term holds for us, you know, for the rest of this portfolio journey as well. So those are going to be sitting like that. The ones over here at the bottom, there's Ayro, Clover, Sidious. You see, these can all be long term if I wanted them to be. They can all be long term if I wanted them to be. And they really are semi longer. These are all probably close to 1 year plays at least. At the minimum, I'm going to keep them a year. But the thing is that the big movers, you know, what's going to actually make this portfolio like jump, you know, it's these smaller, I don't want to say smaller plays. It's going to be these plays like Zomedica, you know, the ones which I have a lot of money invested. These are the ones I'm expecting a catalyst, and then I'm going to take the ride up and then bounce. Take the ride up and bounce, and then rinse and repeat. So you still have your core foundation of long-term plays. You have your foundation, the layer above that, you know, above the long-term plays is going to be the medium-term plays, which to me is Ayro, Clover, Sidious, all of those things. And then you got the ones which are going to be at the top. So I want you to think of this kind of like a pyramid. You know, you got your one layer here, one layer on top, and then the one layer at the very tip. Okay. So for me, I have like, you know, whatever base is long-term, so whatever base is medium-term, and then I have like one or two that are going to be the top, you know, the top layers, you know, and those I'm expecting to pop, and then you rinse and repeat, and then in fact, if you don't know where to go after, let's say, one of those plays pops, you put the profits of the one that runs up, like let's say Zomedica. Let's just say I don't know any play between now and the end of March. I can't think of any play I want to go in on afterwards. I just take the money from Zomedica, put it back in my foundation layer, or, you know, maybe the medium term layer. If I kind of want you guys to see this kind of like a cake that you're building, you know, a little like a cake. So you have your one layer at the bottom, you got another layer on top, and then we got a third layer at the top, you know, the frosting on the top. And that's kind of how we got to play this thing. And that's this way we can just rinse and repeat, and you'll see this portfolio grow from one level to the next, and eventually, hopefully, we want this cake to be worth $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys there. My idea in my head, okay, this is the thing that's in my head. I haven't confirmed or done anything yet. I'm still in the research phase. But Zomedica, once that has its run up, my next run up play that I'm considering is Sidious, because the thing with Sidious is at the end of April, they're going to be publishing their phase 3 results, okay? Their phase 3 results. Now, what I want to say is this. Sidious was supposed to have these phase 3 results published a few months ago, and then they had to ask for a delay. So if that happens again with Sidious, I'm going to see this stock tank again. So you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm kind of running a risk if I put the money from Zomedica into Sidious. You follow? Because what if their phase 3 results get delayed again or something like that? Then all that money is gone, and you know I have to wait for it to grow again and things like that. So one of the plays I'm thinking of is Sidious. Another one I am considering as well is BNGO. I'm considering putting BNGO in the medium term layer. So That's another thing I was considering. Somebody in the Discord was mentioning right here this stock to consider for Bitcoin mining. Guys, CAN. Look at the run up this thing has been having. He was mentioning this to me last week in our comment sections, and look at the run up this thing had. My God, I haven't done enough research yet, so I'm not invested, but definitely something I've been doing some research on. And he said to consider this thing in comparison to Riot. So Riot's sitting here at $64, $65 versus if we look back at CAN, it's sitting at $37. It's because this is also following Bitcoin as well, and you can kind of see what how the price action of this is going to follow. So this could be something I wanted to put on your radar, guys. If you haven't invested in this thing yet, like, man, look at this. Just if you invested back in January, February, you could have made some crazy gains on this one. Yeah, this has been doing well right there. So let me see if I have anything else to share with you guys. No, like stock markets, it's not, I think today is just a chill day, nothing too crazy, nothing too, nothing's doing anything big. So this is kind of a good way to end the week on a Friday. So hopefully next week and the week after, and especially in April, we can start seeing a little bit more of a bull run, and we can go from there. Like I said, though, the big thing that we're talking about right now is Ayro, which I think is going to have a decent run up, going in the future. And then, what's it called? Ayro and then Zomedica. These are the two things we're thinking of right now. Also, I don't want to just put Zomedica there. Consider THBR, guys. This is one you're not seeing people talk about as much all over YouTube and stuff. But keep this on your radar, because look it up yourself. Again, this is Schrute stocks, no financial advice, none of that stuff. Do your own due diligence. But guys, to me, this is also going to have a run up leading up to its merger. So with that, we can take the money out and then cash out from there in that end of March timeframe. Okay, so that's everything I have to share with you guys. Again, if you're new here, please consider joining in on this family, this community. I'm growing this thing to $1 million. I show you real time everything that I do here. If you are already subscribed, make sure you have that notification hit. Consider joining that Discord. I made it just $1 a month, as cheap as I could. So please consider joining our family on that side. We have an amazing Discord that's been going on. A lot of collaboration has been happening. All right, with all that said, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, enjoy your weekend. All right, and let's get wealthy. All right, bye.